Okay, so today is going to be a little bit of a different type of video. Today I wanted to talk about modifying WeakAuras to use for your own different projects that you want to do or things that you would find handy. For instance, I listed in one of my other videos how I was using a WeakAura to keep track of netherwing eggs that you grab and how many you need to get to exalted. Well, I had that same kind of scenario where I'm trying to work on another reputation with Consortium, and I was finding out, I was like, I don't want to keep track of how many of these Warbeads I need to turn in to get this little bit of rep that I have left. So I had the thought, hey, why don't I just modify that WeakAura to do the work that I need? So I was able to, open up the Netherwing Egg Tracker WeakAura and start diving into it, looking, seeing the code. And we go into trigger, we can see that right in trigger 1 talks about checking the WeakAura on player entering world update faction. And then we go down and we got the meat and potatoes, the code. So I started looking at that. You can see where it gives the value for how much rep one egg is worth. And I'm like, well, this should be easy enough if we just take the different information that it's pulling from and redirect it to different places. We can probably get this to work for what we want to do. So right here I can see it says get item count, and that number, that's definitely the number that Wowhead uses for an item ID. So you can actually just go right onto Wowhead and type in any item, click on the part that says link, and it will tell you the item ID for that specific item in game. So I just pulled that for Obsidian Warbeads and put that information right in that slot. You can see here it talks about how, like, if you're a human, you get more rep. So they put a modifier in there for that. And then down here is where it pulls the Netherwing rep. So I literally just changed the name from Netherwing to the Consortium. And down here is where it does all the math to figure out how much is left of your rep. So I did need to change a couple different things. Because the eggs are valued at 250 rep each, the war beads are really more like you got to turn 10 in for 250. So I kind of found a roundabout way of just changing this number to 25, and that made it work because 10 of those is 250. So yeah, just change that number to 25, had it pull the right item, have it pull the right rep, and the rest of this individual's code works perfectly for what I need it to do. Oh, and I changed the names. Here it says, instead of eggs, it says war beads, and then the lowercase eggs, I changed to beads. And then same here. That way, it just looks nicer. But yeah, I can actually pull that up over here. Where is it? Loaded. Right there, Obsidian Warbeads tracker. So now it looks like this. Yep, see 25 rep per Obsidian Warbead. And I changed the human number to, instead of 250 per, 27.5 for per, because of the human racial for extra rep. And then here it says the Consortium. Yep, and you can see all that. Also, keep in mind that I had to do that for 2, because there's trigger 1 and trigger 2. And it looks like trigger 1 is just like a faction update, whereas trigger 2 is like a bag update. So it's pulling the information from the bag. or triggering it because of stuff being put in the bag. So I put it the same thing in both spots. Here's a quick little demonstration of the Warbeads WeakAura being used. As you can see right now, it says number of Warbeads that I have, 1, and sure enough, I got 1 in my bag. So we'll kill a couple guys real quick here. Get a couple beads to drop. Oh, of course, none there. Oh, we got 1 there. It does need a minute to update. Yep. See? Now it says 2, and in a second here, it'll say 3 as soon as it updates. Yep, there's 3. Oh, but we just picked up 4. But yeah, you get the idea. It will keep track and then tell you how many more you need. Something to keep in mind is that you can only do the turn-in in groups of 10, so you may only need, say, 8 Warbeads, but you need to get 10 for that last turn-in because you can only do it in groups of 10. But yeah, this individual, all credit to them because they did all the actual coding. All I did was just plug in the stuff that I wanted to point to. That individual, here, I'll just pull over the website. Untitled. Yeah, it looks like he's done a number of projects. Netherwing Egg Tracker, of course, the one that we used, and a bunch of others. So, all credit to them. But hopefully you can find some of this information useful for maybe modifying WeakAuras that you've found in your travels that maybe could be modified to better suit your needs or change to track something or do something different that you wanted. But yeah, I'll put a link down below to both the WeakAura that I modified as well as the original WeakAura down in the description. So, alright, have a good one.